Some fights start loud, but ours began with a single message. One that carried a dagger hidden behind casual arrogance. My wife, Alina, had developed this habit of snapping at me whenever I asked simple questions. Where she was going, when she'd be home. Not controlling or interrogating. Just basic communication that any married couple respects. Lately, even that seemed too much for her. That night, she walked out wearing a new perfume and a confidence that didn't match her usual mood. I asked the simplest question a husband could. Where are you headed? She smirked, tapped her phone, and sent a text instead of answering. Seconds later, my phone lit up. I don't need to tell you where I am. No softness, no explanation. Just a cold, dismissive sentence dripping with contempt, as if I were an inconvenience she had to brush past. I stared at that message, not because it hurt, but because it revealed everything she had avoided saying aloud. She wanted freedom without responsibility, a marriage without accountability, a partner she could treat like background noise. I replied with one word she hadn't anticipated, sure. No argument, no question, no plea, just calm, unnerving acceptance that immediately shifted the balance. She saw the read receipt, and 2 minutes later sent a question mark followed by, "Are you okay?" She expected me to yell, to chase, to demand answers. Instead, I offered silence and chilling freedom. What she didn't know was her phone was still linked to our shared cloud backup, a feature she had insisted on months ago for convenience, and then forgotten existed. I had never needed it, until that night, when her message pushed me past the last ounce of patience. I opened the synced map, and there it was, her location, a bright blue dot blinking in real time. She wasn't where she said she'd be, not with the friends she mentioned, not anywhere that made sense for a casual night out. She was at a rooftop lounge across town, known for private booths, dim lights, and an atmosphere perfect for secrets. I didn't storm in. I didn't call or text. I grabbed my keys, slipped on a jacket, and left the house with the calm she assumed I lacked. If she didn't feel she needed to tell me where she was, she didn't deserve to know where I was. 5 minutes later, I messaged, heading out, nothing else. No explanation. Let her taste the same tension she had tried to impose. Within moments, she bombarded me. Where? Why? With who? The irony was sharp. She had no idea I was heading straight for that rooftop lounge. I didn't go to start a scene or embarrass her. I went to witness the truth before deciding how to move forward. When I arrived, the dim gold lighting cast a warm glow over faces. The music thumped softly, the chatter blending into a constant hum. And there she was, Alina, leaning into a man from her office. Too close, too comfortable, too familiar. Not touching, not kissing, but soft and intimate in a way she hadn't been with me for months. I didn't approach. I didn't interrupt. I stepped aside, snapped a picture. Not to blackmail, not to explode, but to preserve the truth. Then I turned and walked straight home. 10 minutes later, she saw the picture. Her reaction was instantaneous. "Wait, Adrian, what are you doing there?" Followed by, "It's not what it looks like. Please just wait. Please." Her confidence evaporated. The moment she realized I wasn't clueless, that I wasn't waiting at home like a loyal fool, the moment she understood her false freedom had consequences, her messages flooded in. Panic, excuses, desperate pleas. She left the lounge so fast her location pin darted across the map. When she finally burst through the door, breathless, sweating, lipstick smeared, she found me calm on the couch, the same composure I had maintained while she flaunted her independence. She started talking before closing the door. Words spilling, hands trembling, trying to explain. "He's just a colleague. Nothing happened. I swear." But the damage wasn't the picture or the man, it was the message. The message that said she didn't owe me respect. That communication in our marriage was optional. That she thought our bond didn't matter. I let her talk until she realized I wasn't reacting, yelling, or arguing, just listening with cold, quiet clarity. Finally, I spoke. Slow, steady, devastating. "If you don't need to tell me where you are, maybe you don't need to be in this marriage." She froze, completely, like her soul had left her body. For the first time, she understood that freedom is a door, and that door swings both ways. She collapsed onto the floor, crying, pleading, begging for another chance, promising transparency, respect, honesty, things she once took for granted. That night didn't just fall apart for her. It revealed everything she had never expected me to see, and it changed everything going forward.